I was just 13 years old when my mother was diagnosed with early onset Alzheimer's disease, and by the time I turned 19, my mother had passed at the age of 55. I wish I could say that that was my first experience with Alzheimer's disease, but unfortunately my grandmother, who is my mother's mom, also passed away from this disease. On top of that, my mother has 4 siblings, and 2 have already passed away with Alzheimer's, and the 3rd was recently diagnosed. My mother carried the PS1 gene, which is the most common cause of familiar Alzheimer's disease. At the age of 21, I'm facing a very difficult reality. I could potentially carry this gene, but I've chosen not to know. I have also chosen to not turn my back on the 6th leading cause of death in the United States. In fact, I'm doing quite the opposite. I have my armor on and I have already committed to the world of clinical trials. Currently, I am a participant in the observational study of the DIAN study, which is the Dominantly Inherited Alzheimer's Network. I get evaluated every year, and every other year I go through a battery of testing. I'm advancing science now in order to help find a cure soon so that no other 13-year-old girl has to go through what I went through. My 2 cousins, who also did get tested and who thankfully do not carry the PS1 gene, are also part of this DIAN study as well. The purpose of this study is to identify potential biomarkers that may predict the development of Alzheimer's disease in people who carry an Alzheimer's mutation, such as the PS1 gene. I'm a firm believer that not if, but we find a cure for Alzheimer's disease, it will be through a clinical trial. A cure won't be found after 1 trial, or 50, or 100. But right now, the Alzheimer's Association is investing $185 million in more than 540 active best of field projects in 30 different countries. And I am more than anything so proud to be a part of this. Did you know, though, that you can volunteer for a clinical trial even as a healthy person? You don't have to have dementia or a loss of cognitive function or even potentially carry the PS1 gene as of myself, but you can make a difference just as you are. You just need to sign up, and if you match the criteria, you're contacted. But without clinical trials, there can be no better treatments, no prevention, and no cure for Alzheimer's disease. I am not a scientist or a researcher, but I am empowered to be a part of the future of eradicating this horrible disease. Please consider being a part of a clinical trial. Let's end Alzheimer's, and for more information about Trial Match, a free clinical study which matches people that are living with this disease and who are caregivers and healthy volunteers, please go to alz.org/trialmatch.